What's going on, Crystal Clear crew? Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's a brand new day, which means I got a brand new vlog for y'all. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. It was Mother's Day. I spent time with my mother. Hopefully all you guys were able to spend time with your mothers and, you know, just cherish the special moments that you had with them. So for today's video, basically wanted to touch a little bit about a topic that has been brought up constantly to me. And a lot of the people that I know, a lot of my friends, family, just people that I interact with on social media, my YouTube channel, they kind of want to know when and how I came out. So today I'm going to talk about my coming out story. And since it is like the beginning of like Pride Month, I think Pride Month is actually in June, but I know Long Beach Pride is this weekend. So that's why I kind of just want to kickstart off the week with this story, or this vlog you can say. So let's just jump right into it. So basically the question that I get asked a lot is like, when did I know I was gay, or when did I know like I was into females, and you know, at what age was that? Honestly, from what I remember, I think I started to find girls or females attractive when I was very, very young. I want to say maybe in like first grade, just because I remember having a crush on this girl in first grade. And at first I didn't really know what it was, because I mean, I was like, what, 5 or 6 years old. I just thought, you know, maybe it was okay. I didn't really know, but I remember I had a crush on 2 girls actually. Damn! So I remember it was 2 girls, and just all throughout my childhood, you know, I would play like family with like my friends, my neighbors, and I was always like the dad. So I guess I always had like that dominant male role in me. I always wanted to be like a leader, or I always wanted to be the one that protected the family. I've always just had that in me. Like, I've always wanted to be the protector. And so I think that started up when I was very, very young. And then like all throughout elementary school, I want to say I did have a few crushes on some guys. I know it's crazy. I had a few crushes on some guys, I remember, but it just wasn't the same. I think the only reason why I would say I had a crush on these guys is probably because I thought that liking girls is wrong, or it wasn't a norm in our society at that time. So up until like 6th grade, I always thought that, you know, like, okay, like maybe this isn't right. So I remember in 4th grade I had like a huge crush on this guy. He actually was a student that came over from like China, and I don't know, I had like the hugest crush on him in 4th grade. Like, I tried talking to him, but it just didn't feel the same. So then I started to like talk more to like girls, and then I remember in 6th grade was when I had my very, very, very first crush on this girl, and her name is Ashley. So Ashley, if you're watching this, now you know. I had like a huge crush on this girl. Her name is Ashley, and she was Asian. And that was like my first crush ever. And I don't know, it was just something about her that I just like really found attractive. And so I never told anybody this, so nobody knows this. So this is like, whoever's watching this, you guys are like the first ones to know. But I had like this huge old crush on her. And then we went to like middle school, and like in middle school I remember like I found my teachers really attractive. There was this one English teacher I had that I thought she was just like super cute. And like at first I was like, okay, like this is kind of weird, because like I didn't really know. But I also had a friend like in 6th and 7th grade who was very masculine. Her name was Julie. And I tried finding her on social media, but I can't find her. But I think now that I think of it, it's like, I didn't know if she was like gay, or I didn't know what she identified as, but I always knew that she was very masculine, just because of the way she carried herself, and the way she dressed, and the way that she talked, and just everything. And I'm not gonna sit here and judge and say, you know, like just because she dressed like a guy that she was gay. But it's just, there was just something about that whole thing that, you know, made me, it just clicked in my head like later on in life, where it's like, okay, like, you know, like there were great people around me, And it's funny because I think I did find her, actually. I'm sorry, I think I did find her on social media. I think it was Facebook or something, and I think she has like a girlfriend and like all that stuff, or a wife or something. So 6th grade, I had a huge crush on this girl, and then 7th grade came along, and actually in 7th grade I moved, so I actually moved to a different school. And when I went to a different school, you know, I still, I guess, questioned myself, because yes, I did find girls attractive, but then when I was in 8th grade, I had this huge crush. Like, if any of my viewers or subscribers that know me in 8th grade, I had this huge crush on this guy named Mark. Another one. I remember I had a crush on him. One of my best friends had a crush on him. Like, half of the class, half of my science class, like, we had a crush on this guy. I think that was the only time where I had like a huge crush on a guy. During that time, I was still questioning like my sexuality, and I didn't really know like what was going on. And it wasn't until actually high school that I actually, you know, figured out that, okay, like, hey, like, I am gay. And so the very first person I came out to, her name was Joanna. And I remember exactly where I was at school. I was on the staircase right by the guidance office, and it was after school. I remember exactly what I was wearing. I had some blue jeans on and a Dodger shirt. And I had told my friend, I was like, hey, like, I really need to tell you something. And so I kind of just sat her down, and I told her, like, hey, like, you know, I really don't know how to say this, but I hope that, you know, you still remain friends with me. Because honestly, at that time, I was really afraid to lose my friends. I didn't know what people would think of me. And I was just like, honestly, I was just afraid, because like nobody in my family knew about it, you know. And I was just like this lost little girl, and I just didn't know, you know, if this was okay or not. But I basically told her, I'm like, hey, like I think I'm bi. So I came out as bi first. I came out as bisexual first. She just looked at me and she gave me a hug. She's like, Crystal, like, I already knew. You don't have to worry about anything. You're still my friend. And, you know, like, whatever it is that you like, whether it's females or males, like, you're still you. And so honestly, when she told me that, that gave me a lot of relief, like a really great sense of relief. And so it made me more confident in myself, and it allowed me to be more open about my sexuality. So slowly, a lot of my friends, you know, I told my friends, and all of them already told me, like, hey, like, I already knew. And I guess they already knew because of the way I acted, the way I dressed. All throughout high school, I didn't really dress like a girl. I was more like a tomboy, I would say. There were occasions where I did like wear a dress, like, for example, prom. There's, you know, certain occasions where I did dress a little bit more feminine, but for the most part, it was always a t-shirt and like jeans, or t-shirt and shorts, because I just felt more comfortable that way. And so throughout high school, like, all my friends knew, everybody knew, but nobody in my family knew. My stepdad, which at the time what I thought was my dad, I remember this one time we were driving somewhere, and he seen two girls make out at the corner of the street of where I live. And I know exactly who those two girls were, and I'm not about to expose them, but I know who those two girls were because I saw them. And they were like the only lesbian couple at the high school that I was going to. But we saw them, and my stepdad just looked at me, and he basically told me, like, if I ever find out you're lesbian, like, I'm going to kill you. So those words stuck with me ever since. That was junior year in high school. And so I told myself, you know, I was never ever going to come out to anybody, because, I mean, I was a junior in high school, and this guy just basically threatened to kill me if he ever found out I was a lesbian. So there's no way in hell I was going to come out to anybody. And so I just kept it a secret. I kept it a secret all throughout high school. Only my friends knew. And then once I hit college, I started to explore my sexuality more. I formed, you know, romantic relationships with females. And I just became a lot more comfortable with myself. So I went from being bisexual to being like, hey, like, you know, like, I'm not bisexual. I don't find men attractive. I am just like, I'm a lesbian. And honestly, I don't want to really label myself, because I am who I am, but I am attractive to females. And so college rolled around, you know, I was at CSUN for 5 years, and I really explored my sexuality there. I had a relationship that I was in, and one day I kind of just sat down and I just thought to myself, you know, I can't keep this secret anymore. I have to let somebody know that's in my family. So it wasn't until I was like 21 or 22, I would say. I remember I was sitting down on the couch where I was staying at. I remember sitting on the couch and I was just contemplating on whether or not I should like let somebody know. And so I texted my cousin, and she was the only one that I would trust, just because during college I went through a lot and I kind of moved out, and she was the only one that I could like confide in, so she was the only one that I trusted. So I texted her first, and I couldn't even tell her in person. I couldn't talk to her over the phone. I was just too afraid. But I had to let it out. So I texted her a very long paragraph basically saying, this is who I am, I just want to let you know. And I basically told her, you know, if you don't want to ever talk to me again, I completely understand, but I just need to get this off my chest because I feel like you should know and I trust you. Waiting for her response was like the most dreadful thing ever, because I didn't know how she was going to react. I didn't know what she was thinking. I didn't know, you know, if she knew already and whatnot. But she responded back and she basically told me, she's like, you know what, Crystal, I already knew you were gay. I still love you for who you are because, you know, you're Crystal. It doesn't matter if you like males or females. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And she basically was just like very supportive, and I was very thankful for that. And that just made me feel a lot more confident in like coming out, you know, to the rest of my family. And so that same night I texted my mom, and I told her, I texted her this another super long paragraph basically just saying, hey, like, I'm gay. I told her, if you want to disown me, that's fine. I just want to let you know because I just feel like you should know because you're my mother. And it was a very, very long paragraph from what I know. And I should have like saved the paragraph, but this was like years ago. But basically she replied back and she's like, you know what, you're my daughter. I always knew you were gay. I was just waiting for you to come tell me. I still love you for who you are, and, you know, I'm not here to judge you or anything. And so hearing my mom say that was such a sense of relief, because I was really scared to come out to her. I didn't know how to come out to her. But after coming out to her, it was just like, there was a huge rock on my back that just kind of just fell. I was very grateful for that. I never came out to my stepdad. I don't talk to him anymore. I just never came out to him. And honestly, I haven't came out to everybody in my family yet. The only people that I actually know is my cousins and my mom. And I believe my siblings know. My mom, at first, she was very skeptical about it because she didn't know how to react or how to act towards it. But as time went by, now she's a lot more comfortable with it. If I talk about females in front of her, she actually interacts with me, versus before, when I would talk about it, she would kind of like ignore me or just kind of not listen to me. But now I think she's a lot more comfortable, especially ever since I cut my hair. So I used to have really, really long hair. I had it up to about my lower back. But last Easter, I decided to chop it all off, so it's completely short now. And I think this style just fits me a lot more. I'm more me. It just makes me more comfortable being like this, with this type of hairstyle and the way that I dress, because this is honestly who I am. Honestly, like, it was a very scary few years of my life, you know, growing up and just like being in the society, being a part of the LGBT community is very difficult. I know that there's a lot of people that get backlash and a lot of people that get, you know, bullied because of it. But honestly, just stay true to yourself. And if you're not ready to come out, nobody's asking you to come out. Like, you do it on your own terms. Like, a lot of people ask me, oh, you know, when did you come out? And it's like, you know, I always knew I was gay, but I didn't come out till I was 21. That was only 4 years ago. And I mean, it's just, when you're ready, then you're ready. If you're not ready, then you're just not ready. So don't rush it. I just want everybody to know out there who is a part of the LGBT community that, you know, we're all here for each other. And that if anybody ever needs anybody to talk to, you guys know that you guys can always come to me. Whether it's about an LGBT topic, or whether it's about my YouTube channel, or whether it's about what I post on Instagram. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you guys. This is why I make videos. And I just want to let everybody know that. Basically, that is my coming out story. Nothing too crazy, but it wasn't what I expected, but I'm very grateful for the turnout of it. I can sit here and honestly say I'm a very happy person, that, you know, the world knows, you know, who I am. And like I said, not everybody in my family knows that I am gay, but now that this video has been uploaded, it's gonna be, you know, on YouTube so everybody can see, so everybody knows now. But that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure to comment, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget my giveaway. The instructions are below. Make sure you guys enter it so that one of you guys could win the pair of shoes that I am giving away. Well, I guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow. Peace.